Welcome back to Amanda Plays Games. We're back in Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. Hopefully to be able to finish it. So my mind palace is still like flashing, so... I must still be able to... Okay, here we go. I was able to connect something. The letter may have been from Mencios, according to Santos Pinchetti. And by the content of the letter, it may have been addressed to Kurt Mencios. Yeah, I know. I figured that one out. Okay. Letter from Fabio. Yes, I need to ask about the book and the envelope. Hopefully, after we figure out who murdered this poor man, we can figure out what happened to our mama.
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to me?
Your protege wanted a fresh start, it seems. This is sufficient to charge you.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would accuse me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high.
Okay. What about this one?
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things described in the book were inspiration for the rituals you perform?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the forbidden pleasures.
So maybe she killed him on accident because she thought that he was dead already and she was trying to resurrect him.
Could Fabio have written this letter to Kurt Manchios?
Oh. That could be. I never thought Mr. Manchios could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate from Mr. Manchios. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down clients who pay as well as Kurt Manchios.
Was Fabio afraid of Mr. Manchios?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten, and touching washed away.
Okay, but what about this?
This book, The Power of Love, Blood, and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so. Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
I can't talk to her about anything else?
I know I can handle the news.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything we can talk to this guy, Santos, about.
Please let me out.
Nope, okay. Anything I can talk to Werner about?
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it. Though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchios during the party.
Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not, I will persevere.
I hope your attempt to put things straight will make up for...
You being on a bender?
Touché.
We didn't do anything. Letter from Fabio. Who else would I need to ask about this? Maybe he... Vogel took the letter under the influence, or Manchos planted the letter to make him look like a suspect. Fabio shattered Kurt Manchos' feelings. Fabio broke Manchos' feelings. Oh, I was like, what did this unlock? Batista may have used a ritual on Fabio. Interesting. Interesting. It says there's still something in my mind palace, but there's only 2 things, isn't there? Okay. Batista is the product of tormented life. She knows no difference between good and evil. She wanted her love, Fabio, to stay with her always. Batista deserved help. She needs to be treated and have a chance to get over her past in an asylum. Batista used occultism as a way to avenge her miserable life. She stabbed Fabio to keep him close to her. She should be held accountable for her deeds. Any judge would give her the death sentence. I don't know that I believe this. Santos Pinchetti is the murderer. The only way for Santos Pinchetti to right his wrongs was to be rid of his monstrous uncle. Pinchetti should be punished for the crime. Okay, hold on. Pinchetti has worked for his uncle for years in the deep hope of obtaining his heritage. Mencio's hostility and humiliations pushed Pinchetti to kill Fabio and frame his uncle. Mencio's imprisonment would make Pinchetti the only lawful heir. I don't know if I believe that that's it. Kurt Manchos is the murderer. For years, Fabio played with Kurt Manchos' heart and abused his interest in the young performer. When Manchos received yet another rejection, he murdered Fabio and staged a love ritual to avoid suspicion. Kurt Manchos was heartbroken and panicked. He did not mean to kill Fabio. The improvised ritual was a desperate attempt to cover up the crime. The prison sentence should be enough for his harsher punishment is the death of his love. Kurt Manchos killed Fabio in cold blood. He staged the crime as a ritual to blame Batista. He planted the letter on Vogel's pocket to avoid suspicion. Manchos is not consideration for the life of others and deserves to be hanged. I mean, if I was going to guess, I would say that that makes the most sense to me. Who else can we ask about this? Oops, there's nobody in here. Can I ask you about this? No, I don't want to accuse him.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Pinchetti. We'll continue later.
So we have all the evidence that we need, right? She didn't seem like the one to do it.
Let's continue our chat a little later.
If I had to guess, I would think it was this guy. Probably... this letter. Is your mind unsound? So this is Fabio, we're going to assume, talking to Mencios. Kurt. Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness, not around me anyway. For me, it's too great a risk to ignore that kind of behavior. I can speak, and play with anyone I choose. I'm not another Matista. You pay me, but you haven't bought me. Of course, I'll keep all your generous donations, even though they hardly compensate for your last terrible outburst. I'm leaving you, though Matista will still be around. Fabio. I mean, if we're to believe that he did kill him, because in an act of passion, he did stage a crime scene to blame Matista because we know that she's heavily into the occult. And he slipped the note into Fogel's pocket. Why would Fabio write a letter like that to Fogel? That doesn't make any sense. I'm thinking that it's this one. Let's do this. Right or wrong. Here we go.
The murder of Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Mencios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Matista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So, Santos.
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
Ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what
Jeez.
for? He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do it?
Honey.
Mr. Vogel. He had no reason,
Yeah.
and he won't be a scapegoat as you planned. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
That does make sense.
You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner, you have no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, you wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was also a free mind, was he not? He turned his back on you. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful, and Fabio, with his words and deeds, made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
You've been bad-mouthing every single person the entire time I've known you.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details, Mr. Mencios.
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Of course,
Sure.
a staged murder was certainly not planned. You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you, since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the parties. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona
Jeez,
society,
even now.
cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behave like animals in his mansion, of course, one of them could have killed Fabio.
I did oversee a few of the rituals, but I did not stage Fabio's death.
It was a premeditated murder, I'm going to say, because he already knew that Fabio wanted to leave him.
The young performer played with your emotions. That was painful to realize. You spent so much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond in the way you would have liked. You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your dreams. In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You struck him, and then you staged the ritual. You planted the letter in Vogel's pocket and attempted to set up Matista.
What poppycock? Sherlock, stop this game now.
There is no stop word, Mr. Mencios. Relax. and enjoy it. I'll pass the remainder of this case to Constable Oswald. He'll know what to do with you.
Oh man. Okay, well, I guess that's it. We've done what we're going to do. Oh no, he's in the archive.
I have a name for you. Kurt Manchios.
Is that so? The Master of the Sabbath?
The man himself. Mr. Manchios couldn't stand to lose control over his lover. A deadly revenge that deserves a proper sentence. I have all the evidence to charge him.
A degenerate and a murderer. I'll make a name thanks to that for sure. As for my part,
Okay.
not everything was in place. Perhaps some documents were transferred somewhere else, but I couldn't find a trace of them. Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones. Including the crime scene report of Violet Holmes's case. Everything I've found is on the desk here. Take it.
Your persistence has saved me.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we had a deal after all. Your friend is free then. You can leave.
Good luck, Constable.
Okay. Officers arrived to find the deceased, identified as Mrs. Violet Holmes, lying in the garden of Stonewood Manor. Visual inspection showed the victim to be thoroughly soaked with deep vertical incision 2 inches in length down her throat. Her face was swollen and covered in red blotches, likely cause of death hypoxia. Awaiting confirmation from medical examiner. Main suspect Otto Richter was arrested on the scene. The body was sent for autopsy. Yeah, that's not good. Poor Sherlock. That back door, huh?
The garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Sherry, it looks like you've almost found what you wanted.
Okay. Do I need to... I like how John keeps trading out with that one drunk guy. Oh, he's gone.
What a bunch of losers.
Thanks. Okay, well, I guess you're done.
I'd weep if I had any tears left at all.
I'm sorry. So, hold on here. Let's... Oswald's finding. Oswald found a copy of the missing report on my mother's death. He left it on the table. Okay. This is the report. Splintered memory. Okay. Okay. Death by hypoxia. She drowned. Well, she didn't drown. The slit on her. Honey. Her throat wound could either be a final humiliation by her killer or a desperate attempt to save her, I guess. A vertical slit? That's up and down, right? The slit on my mother's throat was an attempted tracheotomy. It makes no sense to do this if she was drowning. Okay. Well, let's go home and see what we can find. Go in this little cubby here. get back into our Sherlock Holmes clothes.
Oh, you did it, Sherlock! The case is closed and all rewards belong to the winner. Bravo!
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to see any deceit if there is, so...
Whatever the truth, it had to be revealed. The victim deserved it.
Well, you seem confident in the value of your actions. I guess since I'm free, you were heard after all. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you were. For some reason, all the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a rare opportunity to obtain the impossible.
Outrageous. Perhaps someone found the truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to an uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity. And it's all corruptible.
I don't
Lies
trust him.
destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
Oh yes. It's a struggle, but yes, we can make our own decisions. That's what I fight for.
What an endless fight it is. Will you ever give yourself a break, Sherlock? You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but constantly lie to yourself. How long until the train comes off the track? I cannot look away, but perhaps I should take a few steps back. You're an accident waiting to happen, dear. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.
Well, if this is some long con by Vogel here, good luck. You've tricked me because I'm easily trickable. So I guess take that how you will. So, we finished this one. Was it the right answer? But it is the one that I've made. X. Okay. I guess. We'll just run this away. Oops, sorry. To be fair, you spawned right in front of me. We're going the wrong way. Okay. Is Mycroft going to be in here again? Nope. Who's skittering around? Hear that skittering? Sounds like we've got bugs, John. Okay, John.
Sherry, please listen to me. Sherry,
John, I always listen to you.
you don't have to do this. You don't have to go through. I don't know what is beyond this door, but I can feel it. Buzzing, angry like a fly at the window.
I know. I can sense it too.
You locked away this memory for a reason. There is only pain here.
Pain. And truth.
You do not need to suffer either. There is so much more we can do on Cordona, so many others we could help. There is no coming back from this.
So, this is the end then. If I go through here, this is it. Apparently, it's the end of the game. For replayability for myself, I'm going to go ahead and finish this because there's still a lot of things that I can do on my own, and this was never going to be a 100% playthrough. So I think I'm going to just go for it, and we can finish this today.
John, my animum, my brother, there is nothing more important in this moment than this truth. I know you fear for me, but my path was set long ago. I can no more step off it than I can ask the avalanche to roll back uphill.
Just... please be careful, Sherry. I love you.
Quite. Come on. We'll go together.
Which is fine, because I don't want to play this game if John isn't here. This is probably going to be horrible and horrifying, but... Okay.
Why didn't I remember we had such a big garden?
I know.
Maybe you forgot it for your own good.
You doing okay, John?
That's the descendant of a tree your father planted in London, correct?
Indeed, we planted the sprout here, and for a while it grew happily. Alas, it seems without us here to care for it, it didn't survive.
A sandbox, it looks like. A nice place.
Is that the raft we made together, John?
Looks more like a pile of rotten planks now.
Cute. Oh. Hello. Oh, a little toy boat. I can't run. This is the amount of speed we can do. We had a piano outside? That doesn't seem conducive to if it rains.
That's from Mother's favorite tea set. What is it doing in here?
Oh no. Don't worry, Sherlock. Take deep breaths, honey. Oh, we can walk. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Mother...
Come here, Sherry. Hurry!
Mother was fighting with dumb Dr. Otto Richter. What am I supposed to do? Oh. Potassium bromide, yes.
These must help calm her down.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Is everything all right?
You good? Are you good? It's twitching out over there. I can't tell what's like fireflies and what's something I need to look at.
Ah, yes. The statue of Merope. My mother was trying to restore it. Pity she never had the opportunity to finish.
Okay, a rocking horse. Doesn't look like there's anything back here. Beautiful mountain in the background. It's quite the view we had. Okay, now I think we need to do our... Okay.
Don't go, Mother, wait.
Okay, honey. We're okay. Do I need to go up here and check? Ah, a book. January 12th.
Mother's work journal. I liked poring over the detailed pages and reading about my parents' collection. I remember this artifact from Mother's collection.
Okay. Oh, you good, honey? Okay. Oh, there's like a fetus in here. It's Cthulhu. Oh, there it is.
Here it is. We'll just borrow it for a while.
Did you hear that? Someone's coming. Let's take a peek. You call this progress? Charlotte, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
Any result is progress, even if it is a worsening of her condition. It informs my...
No. I have made my decision. She must be sent to a legitimate medical facility. I will not let her hurt Sherlock.
What? Master Holmes, you do not understand.
That will be all. I expect you to have left the house by week's end.
Okay. I mean...
Sherry, say something. Can you hear me? You're scaring me.
I hear you.
Sherry, say something. Can you hear me? You're scaring me.
Sherry, come here, darling.
Oh, okay. Yes. Mother? Where are we going?
Sherlock, I'm here. Come closer.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
I'm waiting for you.
Coming, Mother. This was for my mother, wasn't it? I remember how we came to the garden for a breath of fresh air.
Okay. Ooh, Sherlock, honey. His brain is melting. Did he...
Take me to my flowers, Sherry. They must already be in bloom.
As you wish, Mum.
Yes, Mama. Did we witness her
I bet
murder?
you missed the fresh air, didn't you?
Terribly. The sun is far brighter than I remember. But I like it.
We can walk each day from now on, if you want.
That would be wonderful.
The flowers look lovely, Mama.
Just look at them. The stars of the earth. Even the sky must be jealous of their beauty.
Indeed.
Shall we keep going? Okay, we'll keep going. Did Otto Richter come jumping out from behind a tree?
Would you like to go around the water?
That would be perfect.
Did I
always
kill my
wanted
mother?
Such a nice pond in London. It looks so peaceful.
Mycroft knew you would like it.
We should put some fish in it. Don't you think?
How about some carp?
Sure.
That's a nice idea.
Hopefully I didn't kill my mother and Mycroft sent this quack doctor to prison for life to save me. That would be scarring in many different ways.
Let's visit your father's tree. It grows so fast, just like you.
We could even build a tree house in it.
Yes, Sherry.
Yeah.
Speaking of your father, could you call him out, please?
Mom! I'm sorry. He passed away. He's gone.
Okay.
No, he's not.
I'm telling the truth. Did you forget again?
No! Don't you dare say such things!
Hey,
you
whoa.
are a liar like all the others!
Mother!
Don't call me that! You aren't fooling me!
No!
Uh-oh. Mom tried to kill me.
Would never lie!
Mom, stop!
Who are you? Reveal yourself!
Please stop! It's me, Sherlock!
You are not my Sherry! Give me my stuff, I can't stop you!
Mycroft, help! Help! Oh, goodness. Well, this doesn't bode well. Neither happened. Did Mycroft kill our mother? Oh, no. Oh, poor Sherlock. Face down in the dirt, huh? Poor Bubby. If you have to throw up, do it in that position. My mother tried to drown me in the pond at Stonewood Manor. Yep. After Mycroft caught Otto Richter, he blamed him for our mother's death. Risk of side effects. Dr. Richter experimented on my mother with the unconventional drugs and treatments. Every dose had a risk of side effects. My mother used sedatives frequently. No, there was a side effect. My mother had an unexpected allergic reaction to her medication and she suffocated. No, honey. My mother died from an allergic reaction after we gave her sedatives with her morning tea. Otto Richter tried to save Violet, yet Mycroft deliberately blamed him for her death, despite John and I being responsible. I killed my mother without knowing it. The idea to give her sedatives came from John. No, I was the one who said it, that it calms her down. Which means that I cannot trust my own mind. To heal myself, I must get rid of John. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me. I'm responsible for my mother's death. It was my idea to give her medication, which caused the allergic reaction that killed her. It's my guilt. Mycroft. Hold on here. Someone drowned my mother, either by accident or on purpose. Otto Richter was responsible. My mother, Violet, was drowned by Otto Richter. Mycroft accused him of murder, but it's unclear if Otto killed her deliberately. Otto killed my mother to end her suffering and save my life. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me, incorrect in accusing Otto of impropriety. I mean, there definitely was a lot of things going on here. I don't think it was Sherlock's fault. He was a 10-year-old child. Even if he gave his mother medicine thinking that it would help her calm down for their walk, it was Otto who was doing all these experiments on her. Otto killed my mother while trying to save me. The drowning was an accident, and he desperately attempted to tracheotomy to save her. Mycroft hid the truth to protect me and wrongly accused Otto. So the thing is it obviously he's already been in prison for like, he's probably dead. I would think that he there's the tracheotomy though. Was it an accident? You have to remember too that this happened in the 1800s. People, especially doctors and mental health, didn't know what we know now. They really thought that like ice baths and these psychotropic drugs helped people. Lobotomies, all these things. So was he... I know now, in the year 2024, that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to. But did he know that? I don't think so. I think it probably was an accident. I don't think he purposefully tried to kill her. I don't think so. I think it was probably an accident, and he tried... Otherwise, the tracheotomy incision wouldn't make any sense.
Sherlock. Sherlock. Can you hear me? Come on, wake up.
Get off me.
Alright,
Sherry,
take deep breaths.
You knew, and more than that, you hid it from me.
You couldn't bear the truth, Sherlock, so I shouldered it for you. I took your pain, your horror.
Otto Richter murdered my mother, and Mycroft covered it up. Whisked me away from this place, buried me in schoolwork, and left the past to rot.
And you needed a way to cope, so I helped.
You were a lie, John. A fiction. A crutch.
No, I was...
Oh, here comes
I was a friend.
Mycroft.
Sherlock, please.
Sherlock,
What?
are you okay?
I don't know.
I told you not to come, Sherlock. Where is he?
Who?
Your friend, John.
He's beside you.
Was all this worth it? Is he worth it?
Why is he here?
I think, in his own way, he was trying to protect me.
My computer
Truth I
can't
couldn't
handle
bear.
it.
But now I must face it.
Oh no, there he goes. John, no! What are you doing, Sherlock?
Sherlock, what are you doing?
You kept me in the dark and kept your actions quiet. You enabled Richter and his untested quackery for far too long. And worse, you wanted to lock up our mother.
Calm down,
I wanted to
Sherlock.
give you a chance at normalcy, childhood. There was no changing what happened, no good to come of dwelling in the past.
It was lies upon lies. Otto Richter was trying to save her, but you decided he deserved to take the fall. Is that justice?
The big picture, Sherlock. The big picture. Perhaps Richter was not responsible for her fit of rage, but his treatment led inexorably to that moment.
Oh.
You were so fragile. I could not... I just couldn't. I chose us over him.
Put the gun away, honey.
You know,
Don't hold...
for once I believe you. Perhaps now that the truth is out, I can actually do what you had hoped. Leave it all in the past.
Good. You have your whole life ahead of you, Sherlock. It is time you got on with it.
Yeah, don't hold a gun against your brother. That's not good. Poor John. He's like, you banished me to the swing set.
I was worried there for a minute, Sherry. Really worried. I didn't want to hurt you.
He's lost it, John.
What's so funny?
I am talking to myself, John. I think I was hurt regardless.
But we made a good team, eh? Explored every inch of this place together. Helped a lot of people. Terrorized a few too, I suppose. I think I may go so far as to say, Sherry, that I have not lived wholly in vain.
So that's it. It's over.
You've opened every door, Sherry. Faced the past you locked away. You don't need me anymore.
I know. I will miss you all the same. I don't want you to go.
Oh no. He's blinking out of existence. I could have had him wear the ice cream man costume for this. Oh, I feel sad. I mean, I understand Mycroft. Sherlock was 10 years old. His mother had tried to drown him to death. And then she was murdered. And, as he said, regardless of whether it was exactly that moment or not, the doctor's treatment of her did lead to that moment. So he was responsible in some way. I understand all of that. Poor Sherlock. I feel bad for him. I want to give him a hug. Somebody hug this man. Oh no, not you.
Why are you here?
Not
Closure,
you.
I suppose. And to help a friend.
You and I are not friends. In a race between the thawing of the ice caps and our friendship, I would buy a boat.
Ha! Is that right?
I can see it now. I know what you did.
What did I do?
You needled me. From the moment we met, you were searching for weakness. You pushed me to pursue the truth about my mother. You questioned everything I did, everything I believed, to break me. To blur truth and fiction, reality, morality. A saboteur in silk. Was it vengeance, Vernon? Or do you prefer Klaus?
Klaus
Excuse me.
who?
You are Klaus Richter,
Ah.
Otto's younger brother. Do you hold me responsible for his end?
Ha! There was no love lost between me and my brother. I am sure you can relate. Otto was merely the gravity that pulled me into your orbit. Or you into mine. Once I met you, I could not keep away.
Why? What reason do you have for all this?
To help you.
You're lying.
To show you that you were wrong.
More lies.
Okay.
I know you now, Werner. Try again.
To see what had happened. Or is that yet another untruth? Does it matter? Take your pick. Who cares? You're my masterpiece. I turned Sisyphus
Okay,
into
back up.
Osmosis. You could not see the futility of your quest until I helped
Please.
you to let go of the rock. And now, nothing beside remains.
I remain. Despite you and to spite you.
It is a matter of will and power now. Will you overcome this, or shall you decay? Oh, on that note, I brought you something.
Is it a dead
want
lamb? We
nothing
never
more.
talked about that.
When one wants
probably a
for nothing,
side
Sherlock,
track.
the best thing to get them is something personal. So, here you are. Now, please excuse me, but the gallery calls. I'm already conceiving my next project.
He talks so close to us. I'm worried that he's just gonna like lean in and just do a little, you know, a smooch. Okay, that's not a very nice picture. Is that supposed to be me?
You really are beautiful.
Is that supposed to be Sherlock Holmes? That was not nice. I did not appreciate that.
My brother returned to London soon after our disagreement. He enrolled at Cambridge University, but attends only the rare classes that hold his interest. I hear he took employment at a hospital laboratory, obsessing over his experiments.
As
I
one
suppose
does.
he seeks solace in the empirical truth of a chemical test. I am afraid for him. His evenings are spent alone, solving citizens' menial mysteries to pass the time. And I suspect he is growing paranoid. One of my agent's vehicles recently ignited during a surveillance operation. She was lucky to get out alive. There is only one man who could orchestrate such a feat. Or perhaps two. I saved my brother. He will never forgive me.
That's so sad. I mean, maybe other people have different viewpoints of it, but I think it's sad. Whoa, hey. You good there?
I found it! I found it! I found it!
And what is that?
Hello. Oh, you good, baby? Oh, no.
How far, bruises may be produced after death?
Honey, oh,
How are
no.
You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive.
How on earth did you know that?
Never mind. The question now is about bruising. No doubt you see the significance of this discovery of mine.
It is interesting, no doubt, but practically...
Why, it is the most practical medico-legal discovery for years. Had we these data sooner, hundreds of men would have paid the penalty for their crimes. Cases oft hinge upon how a man died. Now, we can know which wounds he suffered alive, which occurred post-mortem, and what instrument was responsible. And ergo, one will soon be able to calculate with utmost precision when and where death occurred, sparing the innocent and damning the guilty.
Well, then you are to be congratulated.
Indeed. But, you came here on business.
Correct again. I am looking for someone with whom to take diggings, and heard you were complaining that you could get no one to go halves with you.
I have my eye on a suite in Baker Street, which would suit us down to the ground. You don't mind the smell of strong tobacco, I hope?
I smoke ships myself.
That's good enough. I get in the dumps at times, and don't open my mouth for days on end. Just let me alone, and I'll soon be right. What have you to confess now? It's best for two fellows to know what bruises each other carries before they begin to live together. My last companion and I...
Well, I object to rows because my nerves are shaken.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up at all sorts of ungodly hours. And I am extremely lazy. I have another set of vices when I'm well, but those are the principal ones at present.
Do you include violin playing in your category for rout?
It depends on the player. A well-played violin is a treat for the gods. A badly played one.
Oh, no, that's all right. I think we may consider the thing as settled. Oh, forgive my manners. My attention wavers. Sherlock Holmes.
Dr. John Watson.
John.
Aww. I mean, it's very cute and very sad all at once that his imaginary friend, I mean, he looks like him too. I was so sad when he first saw him. All right, we finished it. As I was saying, I completely, as an older sibling, the oldest, I understand Mycroft, and I don't blame him. He did what he had to do to keep his brother safe. And obviously, some mental illness, I guess you could say, or mental deviation, runs in the family. Sherlock basically had dissociative identity disorder, so it's something that's there. So I can understand Mycroft wanting to get his brother away from everything and, you know, making sure that he's safe. So I loved this game. I am going to play it again in my free time. and see what happens, what other kind of things. Maybe there are some different endings, although I assume that it's pretty much this is the ending. And we have, I don't know where they all fall into place, but I guess there are a few games in this series. I'd have to, maybe have to look it up. But I liked it a lot. It was a fun game to play. I'm not very horrifically good at it. Sometimes you can just not be good at things, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. Oh, and I asked my mother about the German writing. She made me feel a little better because she's like, even most Germans can't read those. Apparently the letter that looks like a lowercase f but really long is actually an S. Which makes sense because I think in the Old English stuff that we have, like from the days of the Black Plague and everything, I think it's the same thing. So maybe if I went back and looked at it and knew that that was an S, I'd be able to read the word. But she was like, you're not too illiterate, because even present day Germans don't read the Old German very easily. Let's make sure there's not anything after all this. I really liked this. I have the awakening. I liked it so much that in my own spare time, I may buy the DLCs for it. I mean, I certainly put in enough hours to make it worth my money. Excuse me. I don't want to skip it, I don't think, because what if there's something at the end? We'll just listen to this fancy music. Okay. Yeah. I really liked it, so I'm glad. I've said it like 700 times now, but I did really like it. Let's see if this is just the end of the game. It is. Okay, well, thank you, everyone, who has watched along with the, entire crazy thing that I've gotten myself into. I do have Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. I don't know when I'll get a chance to get to it, but it is on my list. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye.